and make sure it's going.
I'm a witch and you're a witch.
Okay. I'll intro it, okay?
Alphaba.
Stop. Oh.
Clinda. Alphaba. Clinda. I'm a witch and you're a witch.
Welcome back. I can't do it. Okay. Welcome back to Wake Up with Nat. I'm your host, Natalie Kelly, and today we have a very special guest. My girlfriend, Katie, is here, and we are doing a Q&A. Y'all asked so many good questions. I have them organized right here. Well, hopefully it's all of them. I'm like, it's 2:40. We have dinner reservations at 5. No, I'm just kidding. 2 hours later. We're like, and keep listening to us. Stay sat.
Oh God. That would be a lot of talking.
I could do it.
You could do it.
I could do like a 5-hour special.
I would need a break.
You would need a few breaks, that is for sure. How's your day been?
It's been really good. March Madness.
All I hear is squeak, squeak, squeak of shoes, squeak of shoes. Crowd cheer. And then, oh my God, oh, make it. Oh. It's okay though, because I love your passion for sports. I did get Kate her very own microphone, which is super exciting. Welcome to our bedroom. We did just finally hang art. And hopefully we're going to get some cute new bedding soon. That's like a little gingham. So cute.
What?
The gingham. It's like the kind of plaid-ish.
Oh.
That green and white one I showed you.
Gingham.
I've
never heard that name.
Gingham. Yeah, March Madness today. I've been a busy gal. So you're
School or
so
something.
far behind me. I'm like, hey, Katie, what do you think? Let me try to get on your same like playing field. That's better. Oh, here's an update for you guys. Is I finally downloaded the Runna app. I asked on my stories and people said they
Runna.
She attracts them. But again, ADHD, making decisions hard for me. And I'm like, how can I also make my life easier? My marathon's not till December. So I'm not actually going to start training till probably August. I don't know. Ow, honey. But I do want to, like, just again, like, stay at my good baseline. So I kind of want to, like, quote unquote, train for, like, as if I was running a half marathon in June. Take July a little chiller, and then I'll start actual marathon training. So I downloaded the app, and it's so great. I told it, like, how many days a week I would run. They ask you, like, what is your pace right now for, like, a 10K? How many days do you want to strength train? And I didn't know. They would also write my strength training plan.
Whoa.
And I could click on there. The strength training is to supplement my running. So, like, it's all, like, running specific strength exercises.
Ooh, she a real runner.
I know. So I'm like, taking this shit seriously this year because I'm like, I don't know how honestly I ran my first marathon because I was so underfueled. I'd just been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. I literally was on the craziest, strictest diet, not in, like, a losing weight way, but, like, diet for my autoimmune disease. I was in fight or flight for sure, and I just didn't know how to live any different. I don't know how I ran that marathon so well. That's crazy. So I'm excited to see this time, like, while actually fueling my body so well. So I want to take that super seriously. I want to take recover super seriously. I want to take sleep seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I can run to you at the finish line. Every time I want to run, it feels hard. I just think of Kate, and then I start crying. Literally, I'll be on the treadmill, and I'm, like, literally tearing up. I'm like, oh, God. I'm on, like, mile 2, and I'm like, I finished the cross. I mean, wait. I crossed the finish line.
I finished the cross.
I finished the cross. Questions? You have questions. We have answers. Hopefully. No, we do. We for sure. I split them up into some categories. We have, like, favorites, kind of general questions about us, moving in together, work-related. Y'all had a lot of work-related questions, which was interesting. And then kind of, like, advice, general advice from us two wise women. We can give you. Okay. Are you ready for the questions?
Ready.
Sure.
Ready.
Okay. We're going to start with the kind of, like, general questions about us. Someone said, are you both from California, and how did you meet? And then our friend Lynn also asked how we met, which is ironic because of the story we will tell. I'm not from California. I'm from Washington. I'm from a very small town called Duval. Then I moved to Woodinville. Then I moved to Kirkland. Went to school in Oregon, and then I ended up here. What about you?
Wow.
Cheers! Wow. Good to hear.
Never knew
I
that
feel like
about
we're
you.
like news anchors right now. I'm like passing it off to you, Katie. Passing it off. We have, like, the green screen behind us, and I'm like, and then on Thursday, the weather.
Gonna be gusty winds on Friday. Yeah, I have lived in California my whole life. Born and raised. Grew up in Northern California. And then moved out here. I don't know.
This is still northern, but cooler.
I lived in more more north than what I do now.
A little more in the boonies than Sacramento.
Yeah, somewhat. It's an up and coming place.
Do you think we'll stay in California? That wasn't anything someone asked, but I am curious.
I feel like yes.
I know. I think we will move. I'm like, I feel a little bit safer here. I feel like we'll move closer to the beach though, hopefully at some point.
I mean, maybe Washington.
I know. Washington. My parents still live there on Whidbey Island. Beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful. If you follow me anywhere, you've seen the magic. But yeah, every time I'm like, when we live closer to the beach, I can never decide. I'm like, do I see Washington? Do I see California? Maybe a mix of both.
Right on the border.
I know. That is true. That would be Oregon, honey.
Right in Oregon.
The Oregon coast is gorge, but cold as fuck. So
Washington.
Yeah, Washington for sure. There's like the summer months, especially on Whidbey, are so beautiful, and then you're like, oh, it is actually frigid the rest of the time. But we go in a couple of weeks, which is exciting.
Yeah, oh my god, we gotta find someone to watch Brooks.
Ooh.
Anybody want to watch our dog?
Anybody want to be our dog sitter?
Just kidding.
I
don't trust like that.
No. But how did we meet?
So, my friend Lynn.
Our friend Lynn.
She was just mine at the time because I didn't know you, so I didn't know you were friends.
You're right, that's true. And she was like a new friend. She DM'd me on Instagram and we became friends.
For me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling the story here.
No, I'm saying that Lynn DM'd me to become friends.
Oh,
Lynn was like, I see you do yoga.
I see you do yoga.
Basically, she was like, I see you do yoga. I think we're aligned. And then we went on a walk and the rest was history.
Amazing. Yeah, she posted a story on her Instagram and it was just literally just of the back of Nat's head. And I was like clicking through my stories and I was like, well, I feel like that girl is probably cute.
The back of that head is looking nice.
If the back of her head looks like that, the front of her must be.
And it's funny because that was like
better.
my like crimping era. I was like crimping my hair a lot.
I think your hair was curled.
No, it was crimped. 100%.
That's funny. I clicked on her profile and saw that she indeed was cute and
what did you DM Lynn?
Messaged Lynn and said, who is this blonde girl and like what is
No, you said, who is this blonde and why is she so cute? I literally have a screenshot.
I did say
and
that,
it's funny though because that same day Lynn showed me Kate's Instagram, random contact. She was like, oh, this looks like, we were like talking about one of my like old friends and she's like, oh, our friend Katie looks kind of like her. Showed me Katie's Instagram and I was like, that girl's cute. But Lynn and Zell were like newer friends, so I didn't kind of want to be like, oh, your friend's cute. But yeah, so I wanted to act chill and cool about Kate, and then she texted me and was like, my friend Kate DM'd me about you, and I was like, Kate, like already kind of forgetting your name from when she showed me your Instagram, and then she sent a screenshot again, and I was like, Kate, and I told her that, and I was like, oh, she is really cute.
Yeah.
And didn't you tell Lynn like I'm not gonna DM her? You followed me.
I did follow you.
I followed her
like,
back.
We'll just see, like, what happens.
And then you DM'd me about my morning routine the next day, and I was locked in about that. You're like, looks so nice. Like, what are you reading? I was like, yes, this is the way to my heart.
I was like, do I care what she's reading? Absolutely not.
Yeah, you can't admit that. I'm dead. That is funny.
Needed my in there.
And then we hung out. And then I was obsessed with her.
Yep. That's that.
But then the rest was history.
Yeah.
Truly.
And now we're here.
And now
thank you, Lynn, for
we're married.
Like,
just
truly,
kidding,
if Lynn just chose not to post. I mean, we technically still would have met at Lynn's.
Right, because then we
thing
realized
in
we were
Tahoe.
both going on like a little friend trip, the same
Yeah.
friend trip, so we would have met anyways. But because I went home for that summer to like ground after a crazy season, so that's when we did long distance. And so I feel like we wouldn't have decided to date because I would have already decided to go home, and it would have been like, oh, well, I'm going home for a few months.
I probably would have felt more
like hesitant.
I would have definitely flirted with you for sure a lot on the trip, but
yes.
I think I would have left you at that.
But that was So that was our origin story. Shout out Lynn. What's your favorite thing about each other? Take your time to think. Think of a long, long list. My favorite things about Katie, she's so grounded. So chill. I don't know how this woman was created because I've never met a chiller person. Like, so chill, so calm, so grounded. So therefore it helps me be like 1% more grounded because I'm a little nutty, but like in a fun way, but also like I'm just anxious. Like I'm more anxious and more overthinky. I also love how goofy you are. Goofiest person I've ever met. I feel like, especially at this stage of our relationship, like our weird is just always out. Brooks,
He's really wanting to say hi to us.
He's
right
having
now.
a difficult time, I think. What else is my favorite? She's super thoughtful. Like, you're just so... I keep saying, like, she and then you, but you're really thoughtful. And just, like, the way you love me, I love. You always give me so many compliments. You make me feel so safe. And I really love...
Oh, it's long.
I know. Okay, you're right. I'm going to cut it there because I could keep going. But those are some of my favorites. What about you?
That's so cute. My favorite things about you are you're so hardworking.
Thanks.
I love that, and it's also a con for sure because you
I'd be working.
think that you need to be working every second of the day.
Yes,
and
but I
you
feel like
don't
some
need
things
to.
are gonna come off my plate hopefully soon, and then I'll be a little less
for
busy.
sure. But your work ethic is
Brooksy.
insane. We got a crazy boy down there. I love your teeth. I love your smile. I love your little crinkles on your eyes sometimes.
My wrinkles. Just kidding. I love those too. I love when people have like their little eye wrinkles, their little smile lines.
I love your hair up. I think it's literally so
Oh wait,
cute.
yeah, I forgot to say. Hey, please
Sorry.
don't mess it up. I forgot to say that. Obviously, I like everything about how you look. I love that we're the same height. I feel like that's like not just about you, but
Yeah.
I love your eyes. I love your teeth. I love your hair. I love everything.
Mm-hmm. I love that you make my lunch every day. That is insane of you and so
It's
nice.
so fun.
I love that. Sometimes when I wake up, there's already coffee ready. That's amazing. I love that you.
I'm also weird.
Yeah,
I feel like our weirds match.
super silly.
I feel like that is sometimes that's what's nice about like
That
doing
is
YouTube and stuff now. I feel like
crazy.
people will start to see more of that side of me because I'm weird.
Yeah, she's weird as fuck.
True.
She'd be weird.
But our weirds like really match. Like
yeah.
that is somebody in a match my freak like us. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your style. I think it's
Ooh,
so
you
cute.
too.
That was like one of the first things that drew me to you. Your
That was
hair.
one of the first things
back
you
your head and
said.
your style.
I know the
honestly.
back of my head and my style. The outfit was cute. I remember I was wearing my denim like overall shorts in that like blue and creamish like flannel sort of thing and my Birkenstock clogs. My little crochet bag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
With my crimped hair.
The crochet bag with the crimped hair.
No, literally.
Sheesh.
Wow, long list.
What else? I love you're so selfless.
Thanks.
And you take care of this boy.
I know.
Like he is your own.
Someone he breathes in my fucking face. I'm like, talk to the hand, Brooks. Oh, that was a good list, baby. Thank you. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
Cutie. It's gonna be so fun to have to dinner after this. Oh, we're only 2 questions in. We gotta be faster.
All right.
Okay, here we go. This
Lock
might
in.
be. Should this be a 2-parter? Maybe.
Lock in, bitch.
Okay, lock in.
Bits.
Wait. This is kind of for you. This one.
Okay.
How do you handle the chronic illness aspect in the relationship / what's it been like dating someone with chronic illness? If y'all don't know, I have ulcerative colitis, autoimmune disease. Got diagnosed in 2017, so it's not like new news. That's crazy. 8 years this year in August. Woo. But yeah, what's it been like? I will preface by saying like my UC's in a good place.
Yeah. It just opened my eyes a lot, honestly, to like, you're just so strong. Like every day your tummy it hurts and you're just like be bopping around, and I'm like, I would literally be in the fetal position, hating my life. The world is gonna end. Like I'm not. My life is over, type of thing. So, you're just such a strong person for just like carrying on with your life. Like I feel like if you didn't share that part of yourself and like you posted videos and like stuff, people would never think that you ever had a autoimmune disease because
That's true.
you're just so strong with it. So
Maybe.
it's insane. But
You're so good at like taking care of me too. Like
yeah,
when I do need
it just makes me feel so bad for you. I just want to put you in my little pocket. Just want
Okay.
to carry you
Last
around.
summer had a colonoscopy, super glamorous. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was fun.
I feel like I should be embarrassed to talk about that, but simply not. It was the first time like I've had one while in a relationship. Like I've always, when I've had them, either had like when I had one when I lived in Portland, like my best friend drove me, or I've always like been at home or something, so my parents could. And literally, Katie was just so great. Like came over, taking care of me, making me like soup after, coming
I was
with
ready.
me.
I was like,
yeah,
let's do
she
this.
was like on her caretaker grind. It was so nice.
She was like, yeah, you can drop me off at my appointment and then like leave and come back. And I was like, I'm not leaving the doctor's office. I'm so confused. I will sit there
Right.
for the whole entire time.
Yeah, it was kind of, that one was kind of a rough experience. I was glad you were there. I binge watched a lot of shows. It was kind of nice. I was like,
She was so
break.
sleepy.
I was so sleepy. But yeah, Kate does a great job.
I think it also just helps that I'm calm and
Right, like so so grounded,
So
so
I'm just
calm.
like,
It's kind of
alright.
perfect. But I feel like it's so good to showcase that. Like I feel like when I was first diagnosed with chronic illness, I got really, really sick a year after, and I was hospitalized. And I remember I had like a breakdown, and both my parents were in my hospital bed, and I was like, "How will anyone love me? Like this is crazy for someone to have to like sign up for this." And then here's Katie.
I also
Tell me. Tell me everything.
think that anytime you ever like, I'm just also really understanding with it, and like if we're ever like tonight, if we're going out to dinner and then at 4:45 you're like, oh my god, I'm in blistering pain, like I cannot, I would literally be like, okay, let's not go to dinner,
Right.
let's just stay home and I'll make you something and you can stay in bed. Whereas
Right.
like other people would be like, oh my god,
Right, we have a
like,
reservation. I already got dressed. Right, like you help me listen to my body even better.
Yeah, I'm like, no girl, you need to stay home, let's
Right.
just stay home.
Right. Or like if we're ever out and my tummy hurts, you're like, let's leave. I don't care.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Mhm.
Thank you, baby. What is the funniest memory you two have together? We were talking about this earlier. What was it? Now I don't even remember.
It was,
My ADHD.
we took a trip on Valentine's Day, or no,
Last
it wasn't
year.
Valentine's Day.
It was
but
like
it was
for
for Valentine's
yeah.
Day, and we
The
took
weekend.
a trip to Occidental.
Well, no, we didn't stay in
Oh.
Occidental. We went past Guerneville. It's our Airbnb got canceled on us like 3 hours before we were gonna leave because they
Yeah.
were like, we haven't had service for a week, and I'm like, you couldn't have warned me. They were like, well, we were hoping you'd come back in, and I was like, that's crazy.
There was a huge storm.
Right.
Like there
Definitely was a
crazy
storm. But I was like, you could have warned me. But either way, then I found what looked so cute online, little boutique inn. We roll up. Dark.
Dark as hell.
Dark
no
as hell.
lights.
Like, and online it showed like there's like twinkle lights everywhere, and it's on this like shitty gravel road, and we had to park in the mud, and we were like, wait a minute. So we go in, and also there's like a restaurant in the hotel that we had made reservations at. It's empty, like fully empty, and the people at the front were like talking, and we're like, oh, so like the hot tub, like tell us more. And they're like, oh, like all the amenities are closed from the storm. And I was like, that is,
yes, we should have taken into consideration that, like,
because it was like on a river,
fucking
and it was on a
storm.
river. But I will say,
they didn't let us know that either. So
no, it was nothing
we
on
were just excited.
the website, nothing on their Instagram, and I just feel like they should have been discounted rates then. If it's like you can't use the hot tub, you can't use the outdoor space, you can't use anything. So that was crazy. So we like eat dinner. The food was good. They had alcohol-free wine, which was nice. But then we realized we're like the only people staying.
Because then I'm like, it's like later,
We're back in our room.
and I need water, and I'm like, well, normally at like hotels and stuff, there's like, you know, the little like
Water
you can get a
pitcher
water, like
things.
you can get a, you know, the vending machine, and you can get a water,
Yeah.
or
there's like a
ice
water station.
machine or whatever the fuck. And so we were like, okay, well, let's go downstairs and try to like see if there's any type of like water around, or if we can get any water.
Because there was only
there
one
was
bottle of
no-
water in our room.
Yeah. So we go downstairs. All of the lights are off.
There's not a soul.
There's not, forgetting that this is an inn and not a regular hotel.
Right. With like 24
front
hours
desk
staff.
people are gone. The kitchen people are gone. Like, we could literally walk to the back of the kitchen, and we were like in the kitchen at one point, and we were like, what?
And at this
where
point,
are
we ran back upstairs. We were like, wait,
because
we're
it was
alone.
so dark and scary.
We're, like,
the only
alone.
people in this
Hotel.
inn.
That's like, I'm like, this is haunted, I bet. So we go up to our room, and then that's when we realized too, our back door. So we were on the second floor, but like our patio door doesn't lock because it's like warped, and the front door only has a like pad with like a keypad, and it's just like my phone number. So I'm like, everyone who works here knows that there's not like a deadbolt, nothing. So we're like, okay, this also feels sketchy. So we like booby trapped our whole room, and then the kicker. We're like, let's just get to bed, because the next day we were like gonna go to the beach and all this stuff. So we're like, let's just go to bed. So we're like, it's tomorrow. The wall sconces don't turn off. Like the lights don't turn off in this hotel room at all. None of the switches. There's no buttons. Like, so we end up piling blankets on them, which were like fire hazard towels. Right? We didn't have blankets. And the next morning,
at this point, no. At this point, you're like, let's leave. Like, let's go home.
3 hours away
and
from
I'm
home.
like, it is 10 o'clock at night. We just spent 2 hours and 45 minutes to drive here.
Right.
Like, we cannot leave. This is insane. I'm like, let's just fuck it. Put the towels over it.
Get up
Shut
early.
our eyes. Leave early as fuck. Let's just let's
Yeah.
just go to sleep. Fuck it.
And then when we woke up, we like creep out then in the hallway. Also, like the coffee was so bad. Also, our patio was like so dirty. And we see one other couple leaving, and they like look up and see us in the window, and you could tell on their face too. They were like, "Oh my god, someone was here," and they were leaving so early too, and no one was working. Yes, we like left a note. We're like, room whatever left. At the time,
Check
I was
out.
honestly so upset, but like looking back now, it's just so funny. So we will never be doing that again, in the sense of like last minute booking a place without asking questions.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was
Keep
our
in mind here.
probably our funniest. I was like trying to think earlier. I was like, I just feel like we're always laughing, so I can't think of like one situation. Dude, my pants are going crazy. But wow, we gotta speed around these. Okay, now we're gonna move on to a new section about favorites, favorite comfort meal, and favorite activities to do together. Comfort meal, go. You don't think you have to hold it that close.
Oh, well, I've been holding it this
That's fine.
close the whole time. She didn't teach me how to use my mic.
That's okay.
Soup for sure.
We
We're
love
big
soup.
Soup gals.
Yeah. And then sushi. That's like our favorite over like feeling lazy.
But like my ultimate comfort meal.
No, ours together, honey.
Oh.
I think.
Got it. Then yeah, like sushi or
Soup. Or we'll do chicken veggie rice. Like when we're lazy and we just want something to hit.
We haven't had it in a while. Like
rice.
over the summer, we hadn't had chicken, rice, and a veggie for like so long, and then we had it, and I swear to God, we had that like every night for like 3 weeks.
So good, and it just like hits when you're like, don't want to like take that long cooking, don't want to experiment. My tummy wants something easy. Then our favorite activity to do together, and someone else asked, what are your favorite things to do together? Honestly, first of all, just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Just like chilling together.
And Erin, I love.
We like save all of our errands.
Like, do you want to come to so and so with me? I'm like, yes.
Do you want to make returns at Abercrombie?
Unless it's Ulta.
I know. I today was like purposely saved. I was like, need pimple patches at Ulta, and I needed to find some like gel packs for if we'll see if I run tomorrow. But my hamstring is feeling better.
There's
and then she said she didn't want to.
me at Ulta, you know.
Pimple
it's just
patches
not
are
fun
literally for you.
Right, but it's not a place.
Well, we could go to Walgreens then. But yeah, we love an errand together, and then we do love like activities. Like we love when it's nicer out, like going to the park and playing games, or going to watch sunset and playing cards. Or we like have been loving a craft. We painted mugs last night. We like made clay magnets one night. We love being in nature together.
Yeah,
hiking
games for sure.
Board games.
Love a board game.
We love watching silly shows. We love a dating show together because then I pause it every 5 minutes and we like discuss it.
Taking Brooksy for walks.
Yeah, going on walks, doing yoga together.
Except a walk with Brooks is like a walk, stand, sniff.
Walk,
stand, sniff.
Pull him, drag him.
Stand, sniff, sniff.
No, literally.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
He loves it, so.
We love going to the beach together. We don't go often because we're not that close, but we do love the beach together.
Mm-hmm.
Doing our journal together, sitting in the yard. We're very calm gals. Mm-hmm. We also love like
coffee in the morning
together, or going out for coffee we like.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't honestly go out to eat that often because of my food stuff. Like it's just not always that fun.
Yeah.
Because like unless I know, like tonight I'm so excited because like Italian and there's a whole gluten-free menu. I don't even care if I can't get cheese on it. I don't give a fuck. But like so excited for that. And like little adventures in the summer. Little river days.
Yeah, or definitely big water people.
Yeah.
Weather starts warming up.
We want to get paddle boards this year. Yeah, basically everything is fun together. We like are pretty chill gals.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of little activities.
Anything is fun with you.
I know. I literally said that in my last YouTube video. I was just like, because it's when we went to Abercrombie to make returns, and I was like, literally going on a trip or making returns at the mall on a Monday night feel equally as fun.
Yeah, she was texting me at work and was like, would you want to go to Abercrombie and make my returns after work? And I was like, oh my god, fun, yeah.
Save it. It took us this super scenic route. It was a 35-minute drive. So scenic. We're like on the lake, and then I thought it was a park. There's like these rolling hills. It was gorgeous, right? Northern California. And I'm like, how do I get in there? I want to go. And it's the prison. It was like, I want to go frolic.
It's like a whole moat around
She was
it.
like, well, there is
so pretty
barbed wire. I think that is the Folsom prison. But it was gorgeous. And we had the time of our lives. We were like playing throwbacks. I was vibing in the car. It was good. And I hate the mall. And I even had fun. Okay.
Yeah, a mall on a weekday is not that bad.
Yeah, a Monday night.
A mall on a weekend, you will never catch me there since the last time that I was working retail.
No, literally. Okay, favorite date night ideas. I feel like that's everything we just
Everything we literally just
mostly
said.
stay in. We do a lot of like stay and date nights. I feel like we haven't done this in a while, but like bowling, mini golf.
I love a game.
Or like I feel like we do more like date day things. Like when we went pottery painting, that was so fun. Like go to a pottery place, it's so fun. Or again, like last night we painted pottery and watched our show. Or just game nights. I feel like we're really good at just like, it doesn't have to be like a whole date night. Like we're just like, it's a Tuesday, like let's play a board game. Let's play cards. Like let's,
play tic-tac-toe.
Okay. 100%. Yeah. We love like a day trip too, like especially when you're off work in summers.
I took her to Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
For her.
Which was kind of crazy for a day trip because I was like 3 hours away.
It was, but it was really fun.
It was so fun.
To Santa Cruz.
We go to Bodega a lot. Yeah, we love like a little day trip. Any other date nights that we're like, that's our thing?
I don't think so.
Sometimes we'll just like go out just for mocktails. And fries. That's like my favorite. Like let's just go get mocktails and fries. Especially if it's like a place that I'm like, nothing on the menu that I can eat, I really want to eat. So like let's just go get an app and then come home and hang out and be cozy. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Moving in. Someone said advice for moving in with your partner. I'm moving in with my girlfriend in March.
Toes were going. I didn't know that.
Oh my god. That's it. It's like a little, they can watch them. Yeah, advice for moving in with your partner. I'm moving in with my girlfriend in March. We were talking about this earlier. I feel like the things you think are going to be like a big deal or you're nervous about won't be. Like the only time we ever had a little like sassy moment together about moving in is we both were like feeling really territorial about like our art. And then it's just like never been an issue. Like it just was fine. We were like, no,
we
but
just
my
have
art,
two different
vibes.
kind of vibes and styles. I'm very much so maximalist with things.
And I get overwhelmed.
I could throw up
everything.
A million different things on my wall and be like, love, cute.
Yeah, and I'm
trinkets just thrown everywhere.
Right.
I love it.
And so we had like a moment about that. And
minimalist.
Yeah. Like not super much. But anyways. Like things like that don't actually matter. Like don't get caught up on that because once you move in, you realize like you actually have similar ideas. It's easy to compromise. It's just like the pre-move stress kind of like gets to you. Yeah. And I will say we moved different weekends and I actually feel like that was really helpful because if we both just brought all our stuff at once, it'd be so overwhelming. So I was able to move in and I had most of the big furniture, so at least that was up. And then I could be fully present to help her, which was nice. So I would say if like that's possible, your leases line up like that. And I feel like we
just talk about like it before. Like we definitely had a lot of chats of like, okay, well, what do we still want to like make sure we do when we move in together?
Right.
Like, how is this gonna look?
How can we still be intentional? Or like, what do you want your weekends to look like? And like that kind of thing. So just like have those types of conversations. Just make sure you're on the same page. Okay, and then someone said, did you ever go through the roommate phase and how do you avoid it? And I also feel like this is similar. Someone else asked, how do you avoid being in a routine relationship, like getting used to each other? I just feel like it also comes back to being intentional and like both people being intentional and wanting to continue putting in that work. Like if this is truly meant to last forever, like we want, like we have to be intentional forever. You know? Like I feel like we're both really good at writing each other little notes or just like complimenting each other and again being intentional with like little date nights and little moments together and that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Of like doing all those little things. Because it is easy. I feel like you do get in a routine when you live together, but like that's fun.
We love a routine, so we kind of thrive off of it.
100%. Like I feel like our relationship,
I'm like, go to work. I'm at work all day. She's home. She's working. I come home.
Right. I make the lunch.
And like yesterday, I was home all day, and like I was so out of my routine, and I was like, wait, whoa, we live together? That's crazy.
Right. It like felt so, and I was like hella grumpy. I feel like after work, and I was like, it's because we didn't have a routine, and it's Friday.
Like, when normally you come home by now and you have so much to tell me, and I was like, yeah, I don't. You wanna hear about my basketball game?
Right. So I just feel like it's like you have to just make sure not to act like roommates. Like you have to have like you don't even have to go out on dates, but like have little date moments. Like I feel like us doing our gratitude journal together, having our coffee together on the weekend. Like we always try to do
sharing kisses.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. We just like both. We also
yesterday night I think we kissed and just kissed. I'm saying just
like literal pecks
like
150
times
before bed.
To the point where I was like, okay,
I think we're done.
We gotta stop this.
Yeah, I feel like we're also really good like with just being excited to see each other. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so
I don't know
exciting to come
how.
home to you.
Right, like it's just so.
And just waking up in the morning. When I like
I
wake
get
up
so
and I already know you're
excited.
out there, I'm like, I gotta go see her. I gotta get up.
Literally. And I think that's part of just having good communication. Like, it's so funny, we just went to this young Pueblo. Well, it was like a poetry talk, but not, because it was actually to promote his new book, How to Love Better. So mostly he was talking about relationships, and it was kind of cool, because I feel like we were sitting there, and I was like, yeah, I feel like we literally do all this. And one of the things he was talking about was preventative communication, or like preemptive communication. And he was kind of saying, like, if you wake up like grumpy, tell your partner so they don't think it's them or this and that. And I feel like we're just super good at. I'm like, first of all, I can't shut up for the life of me. The second I wake up, I'm like, my head hurts. I feel this way. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm anxious. Like, so I feel like that's part of it, is we just like are always communicating and always talking, and like, I don't know, that helps it like stay deep and fun. And like, of course, you're gonna probably have moments, but not really actually.
Yeah.
You could never be my roommate. I just love hanging out with you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, how has your relationship changed since moving in together? I just feel like it's gotten even better.
Yeah.
Because we're just more grounded. And we're also like spending more time, we're talking more.
We should have more time to like hang out. I feel like commuting to each other's houses was
crazy.
Like taking so much time out of our days.
And then it was kind of adding this stress where it was like, yeah, of course I want to come and hang out with you and sleep over. But then my brain was like, what do I need to pack? Is there traffic? What's the right time to leave? Oh, but I need to leave early in the morning because I want to work out. Like, it was just more easy to get like irritable, I feel like. And now, so yeah, I feel like it's changed for the better, and we just like continually learn so much about each other because we're like with each other all the time, which is so fun. Feels like more adulty too, like making your lunch or like dropping things off at work for you.
Yeah.
Going to the school play. That's something else we love to do. Going to the school play.
Oh my god, yeah. List of activities.
Go to your local school play
is literally amazing. I wish that they do a play every weekend because catch me there. They're so good. That is something it's like little mini Broadway.
Yeah.
They're so good.
We do, really. That's the thing. We also went to
Shout out August.
No, literally. We went to the Nutcracker for my birthday with Sacramento Ballet. We went to Rachel Scanlon, is that her name? Comedy. I feel like we like shows. We do not like to go to the movies. You will fucking not catch me at the theater.
The movie theater.
But like a show.
Unless it is with Lynn and we were watching Mamma Mia.
At like the Tower Theater. I don't think I can have the capacity for that. But we'll think about it.
Alright.
Okay. How did we decide it was time to move in together?
It was just fucking time, girl. There was really...
I feel like we were talking openly enough about the future. Like, we knew...
It just, like, made sense.
Yeah, that is something I will say. Like, don't move in with someone just because you're like, oh, well, it, like, makes sense timeline-wise or financially, you know? Like, I get that. What?
That's what I literally do.
No, but, like, I'm saying we also have, like, obviously openly talked about, like, you're who I am marrying. Like, we talk about the future very openly. I'm saying, like, don't move in with someone just because you're, like, if you haven't talked about the future. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Like, have the long game in the vision. But yeah, it was just getting really annoying and overstimulating also, where we're like, we are so in the space of like, we're ready to have routines together and like take that next step in creating our life. And it was just like hard to do that when we had to like pack a bag. Like, if I had to pack a duffel bag one more time, I haven't looked at that duffel bag since we moved. It's very cute, but we also were both really ready to not be in apartments anymore.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was just so overstimulated.
I lived at my last current apartment for over 4 years, and I loved it. It was literally amazing. That place will hold such a special place in my heart because I went through so many years there and different versions of myself. But holy shit, there was just a lot that was going on in that apartment, and the walls were very thin,
you hear everything,
and I just could not handle hearing a certain somebody above me cough one more time. I swear it was gonna.
And I had like college students move into me near the end, and it would like you'd hear them going move in next to me, and you would just like hear them like go out at 2 a.m. and I just felt like
which is like fun. Also brought me a lot of perspective as to like wow, I was actually them when I was a freshman, and I got a taste of my own medicine.
True. But like at the age we're at, I was like, I can't do that. And I just like I felt so creatively stunted there as like a content creator because I like didn't have a separate office space. I was just like, no, can't do it. So anyways, we had lots of conversations about the future, and logistically it also made sense, and I was going crazy.
But lots of tears were shed moving away from my apartment. Don't get me wrong.
Not me. I said, get me out.
Am I living with my friend, one of my best friends?
Yeah.
That was hard. A hard
That is true.
transition.
We need to have her over
We
soon. Oh yeah, we are kind of. Okay, this one is from my childhood best friend. It's like sort of about moving in, but not. It's about Brooks. She said, as someone who grew up fearful of dogs, how has Brooksy been able to help you embrace dog mom life and Auntie to Winnie life? That's her dog, her chocolate lab. And I will say the first time I hung out with Kate, Brooks terrified me because I just have never been around dogs except we got a little Maltese Yorkie, like my family, when I was in 8th grade, and he is still kicking it. Also, Kermit is alive and well.
Kermit.
And basically my Nana's dog now. My Nana and Kermit are soulmates. But I just had never been around a dog, and obviously, like, golden retrievers are energetic. He, like, had zoomies, and I was just like, I might die
He just, like, really loves... He's not scary in the slightest bit whatsoever.
Lover, bestie boy.
No, he knows. We're talking about him. But he is very energetic and wants to literally crawl inside of your skin.
100%. So I was so terrified of him the first time I hung out, but I also, like, would not stop fidgeting with him because I was nervous. He was just, like, laying there, like, okay. And I will say when we lived in our apartments, he overstimulated me a lot more. Like, I feel like in my heart and soul, I was like, dude, can I be a dog mom? Like, I'm gonna be so vulnerable. I'm like, let me
be so vulnerable with him.
No, I'm like, with you guys, I'm gonna be vulnerable. Like, I feel like dog people watching this are gonna think I'm a little bitch, but, like, I truly was like, I don't know if I can be a dog mom, because I will say, after we went to the Nutcracker, the reason this blanket lives on this bed right now is he did rip my bedding. He didn't mean to. He just got excited.
Here, let me tell. He doesn't like rip things to tear things up. Like, he's never been that dog. He's never
chew your shoes.
He's never chewed shoes. He's never chewed in shoelaces. He's never chewed on couches. Like, he doesn't do any of that stuff. But when he goes to get cozy and comfy, he'll like nest and burrow, and sometimes his claws will snag the blankets or his bed or whatever it is, and then it rips, and then he sees the stuffing inside, and then he thinks it's a baby, because
a baby meaning like his
are
stuffed
filled
animals.
with stuffing. And so then once he sees the stuffing in the hole, he's like, oh my god, this is the funnest game of my life.
Right. So that Brixie stopped. So that night after Kate came in, and she was like, and I think did I have like a rough day or like a stressful day or something? So I was already like, I think I couldn't like find an outfit also for the Nutcracker. That's like the hardest thing for my ADHD. And I was like, no glasses. I'm literally butt ass naked after the shower. And she was like, I just feel like he's doing something bad. I'll go check. So I'm like in the hallway naked, and she comes out, and the fear in her eyes, I'm like, what did he do? She was like, it's literally okay. Like, it's literally fine. We can go shopping for a new one tomorrow. She's like, but he did rip your bedding. And I tried for like 2 seconds to be like, it's fine. And then I had an actual mental breakdown, and I sat on I put clothes on first. And then I sat on my porch in the middle of a storm for like 30 minutes and just like had an existential moment about being a dog mom. But then the second we moved into this house, I'm like, that's my best friend. Yeah. I'm like, that is my companion for life, because it was just that I get overstimulated so easily with ADHD. Like, I think that's also you being so grounded is so helpful for me, because everything just feels hard for me. Always. Especially like decisions or whatever. And I get overstimulated. So in a small space with a big energetic dog where like you can't just let him out was crazy. But now living here, I'm like, if I didn't have him when I was working from home all day, I would like actually be like kind of depressed, I think. Yeah. Like, I love what I do. I love working from home, but like it is kind of quiet. So I just talk to him. We hang out. We go on walks. We go in the yard. Like, he reminds me to like go outside and like look at the sun. So now he's my bestie. So I actually do, like, I've become so much more of a dog person. Like, when I see dogs out and stuff, I'm like, oh, can I touch your dog? Especially golden retrievers. I'm like a crazy golden retriever girl now. Yeah.
She's and like, I don't think you can get anything different now.
Right.
I'm like, yes.
And at first I was like, no, I don't think I can ever do a puppy. I do think I need some months between dogs, perhaps. But I'm like excited to raise one with you. Yeah. I feel like we're still so undecided about kids one day, because that's like a crazy decision. But like a puppy, I think, is a good first step.
So exciting. I love puppies.
I will say it's going to be so cute. Okay, wow. Let's go. Work related. Someone asked to me, have you always done social media work-wise, and how do your jobs differ? So yes, I started a food and wellness blog freshman year of college. That morphed into, and that was like my introduction to like Instagram and influencing and whatnot. And then that like filtered into my first business as a chronic illness mindset coach. So a lot of my work, and then I would like partner with like wealth wellness and health brands, wealthy brands. And then during that time is also when I started then sharing on TikTok and like lifestyle content. So for 10 years social media has been a part of like what I do. But yeah, our jobs are very different.
Yeah. My job,
Kate's a PE teacher,
her job.
which like bless your
So
soul.
different.
Yeah. Which I think is someone else asked like is it is it challenging being with someone with a different type of job? And I'm so glad our jobs are so different.
Yeah, I had never thought about having a relationship with another PE teacher.
That would be just like kind of crazy, like both PE teachers.
We would have, I don't know, that'd be crazy.
And I would never, I feel like it helps keep me grounded not dating another content creator because like Kate's so down. Like I feel you helped me film ads the other night. She was like in one of the ads. I feel like you're always down to help with like work stuff or, you know, do stuff like this. And I feel like we've found a good groove where like you'll just tell me if you're like, no, I don't want to be in a video tonight. Like last night, you're like, I don't want to be filmed. I was like, cool. Like I would never push that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it just keeps me grounded because like, yeah, a lot of my life is on a screen. I don't feel like it takes away from my life. Like I honestly feel like making content, I'm so passionate about it. And I feel like it helps me be like more in the moment because I'm like, I love capturing it and like turning it into like fun memories or like my outfits or whatever. But yeah, I'm so glad she has a different job. And I've never dated a teacher and I feel like it's so fun. Like I'm never around kids, so it's so funny for me to be like hear her stories or like go to the school plays and stuff like that I would like normally never do. And I think it's fun that you get to leave to go to work and like come home.
Yeah, I definitely could not work from home. I need to leave the house.
Like have a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then someone said, would you ever create a shared relationship account? Absolutely not.
No.
Never. Kate would never do that.
I would never.
And that's just not you.
I'm not really a social media girly anyways. Like I don't think I've posted on Instagram on my Instagram feed since July. That's just I just don't. I don't know. I don't think to post that much. I post on my stories and stuff. I'm most active on my Snapchat private story.
No, literally. I'm like,
I have like 13 people that view it, and I just want them to know what's going on in my life, and that's literally the most I'm active on.
And I feel like I like sharing little bits of our relationship. Like I think that's so fun.
I don't like my whole. I don't. Right. I definitely couldn't have.
I wouldn't want like our whole relationship on there. Like when I see people have like relationship YouTubes and stuff, because I think there is so much for a relationship like people don't see, and I love that.
Yeah,
like us being so weird. Yeah, and I feel like that. I don't know that. I'm like no shade to anyone who does that. Totally, whatever works for your relationship. But I love that
following your own path.
Right. I feel like that's like I'm so glad that a lot of that is a piece of my life I don't overshare on the internet. Like obviously I talk about it or I'll like make little compilation videos or like our little Instagram blogs, but that's such a tiny snippet. Yeah. Which is nice. And then that goes into someone asked, how do you, Kate, feel documenting your relationship through my account and being seen by my audience? She's like, actually, I hate you guys. I'm just kidding.
It definitely was an adjustment at first, for sure. Like I said, I'm not really a social media girly, so it was like at first I was like, I don't know, like, will I be able to handle this? Because I just am so not thinking about social media that often, whereas like that's her job, so she does have to think about it a lot. But I've gotten used to it. I think we've gotten on a good understanding of like I don't like to be full on in them except for literally this and this is...
and like little snippets. Like you're not gonna like
but I can't like be in the like reels and like the blogs and like the
vlogs, honey, with
the vlogs and
like you're in little snippets or it's like a little
I just don't really like to be filmed a lot either, so
and also
I'm not really
like
good on camera a lot, and so
I think you're doing great today.
Thank you.
Also, like your students have definitely, or at least when you student taught, like students have found like my TikTok, and there's just like different.
Yeah, that I have to be very careful with.
That was funny.
My social media
when I dropped off coffee or tea for you and coffee for me the other day during lunch for Kate. I didn't hear it, but some of our students were like, "Kate, is that your sister?" I'm like, nope, nope, and we're gonna leave it at that. But
I did. Yeah,
but I feel like we have like found a good groove. Like I typically only vlog like one evening a week for like Instagram. Sometimes two if I need to for like an ad or something. But other than that, or if I like need you to be in an ad because it's like a part of the brief. If it's like a relationship thing.
Yeah.
But that's like fun. So then it's like a little treat, but it's like my account is about me, you know? and like you're a part of it, but not all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we found such a good little group because like I love sharing little snippets, but then I also like keeping a lot of it private. Right, okay, advice column with your wise lesbian big sisters.
Wise wives.
Ooh, our couple account. I'm just kidding.
Wise wives.
Bixby's really comfy right now.
Just use little paws.
Okay, someone said thoughts on looking for dating / romance versus letting it find you when you're open to dating. I mean, okay, here's the thing: is I feel like it's so hard in today's day and age because it's like so normalized to use the apps. But I'm like, so Kate's like, I'm so glad we didn't meet on the apps.
The apps are rough.
I feel like they just teach your brain to like have these dopamine hits of like, oh my god, we matched.
It's just like really inauthentic to me, and like not to diss anybody that has ever met on a dating app.
Tons of people have had huge success.
If it's for you, it's for you, and it works out. But for me, it just felt like I would just get in a weird like. I didn't like the buildup of meeting. Like, especially it would stress me out. Yeah. I would think of how I want the situation to go. I would be worried that I would immediately meet them and we would not click at all because we're not finally together. And so I just was not a fan of the looking. And like, it's so awkward when you like talk for a month or something for some reason on a dating app and then you have to meet. It's like, it's so unnatural. It's just too digital for our brains. But I also know, like, obviously it can be hard to meet someone in real life. But I do think, like, if you're putting yourself out there, meaning, like, you're going to maybe local events or, like, you're going to a gym or a yoga studio or just, like, taking up opportunities to hang out with new friend groups, like, you definitely can meet someone because before dating apps, people met people all the time. Right.
All the time.
And it's like, you just gotta be bold and go
like,
for it.
I know it can be harder when you're gay because you're, like, you can't really tell when other girlies are gay per se. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just gotta still be bold if you feel safe doing so in your situation or where you live.
And if they don't ever text you or talk to you,
that's not on you.
Then you try.
Right.
But you never know if you don't.
Right.
If you don't try. Yeah.
Okay. Someone said, one thing you wish you could tell younger you / someone asked one thing you'd tell your younger self about your life now with your girlfriend. I mean, first of all, I'd say, hey girl, you're gay. So that's going to be the first shock of this story.
How young are we talking about?
I'm thinking like high school or earlier. I'm not talking like 5-year-old me, but high school me would still be shocked. And then I would also like, I feel like tell her that like love is supposed to feel calm. Like it's not supposed to be like a roller coaster and a game and chasing and like butterflies all the time because that's quite literally anxiety.
Yeah.
Like you get nervous and excited.
Me that.
Your wife is coming.
There was a lot going on.
There's a lot of lore there.
Coming into my sexuality, and there was a lot of moving pieces there.
Not
there
both
was
of us
a
also,
lot of
like
tears and a lot of. I like thought that the world was over a lot when I was in high school and like when my relationships were ending or blowing up and stuff. I was like, this is the world's ending. Right. I'm never gonna find anybody. This was my only one true love.
Oh, shut up. Gross. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, you would tell her you found a beautiful fairy princess queen girl?
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what I would say.
I know that is. I would like be like, okay, then I'm just gonna wait to meet her and I can like sidetrack all these men. I would also be like, stop. It feels awful. It always has. Why are you still trying? Stop it. Get off the apps. That's what I'd also tell her. I'd also tell her to focus on herself and not so much on dating, which goes
that's
into,
like one of the main. Yeah, I wish that I could tell her that. Just like focus on yourself,
focus on
girl.
Your friends, and that goes into the next question.
Girls don't mean. Just kidding. Just kidding.
The next question goes along with that. How do you keep hope as a young lesbian, 21, that the right relationship will find me? And my thing, I'm 29 now, so I see 21, and I'm like, you're so young, and like, that's amazing. Like, you have so much life to live. You have so much time. Like, there's no timeline. Like, I would say take time deconstructing the timeline in your head. Like, I for sure, I was like, I'm going to be married and have babies by, like, 24, 23. Because my parents got married at 21. They met at 18. So, that was, like, my example. So, when I came out, especially because I didn't come out until 25, that was, like, a huge thing I did get over of, like, release the timeline. Like, there is no timeline. You're not behind. And at 21, like, focus on you. Truly, like, focus on yourself. What are your non-negotiables? Who are you? Like, at 21, right?
Who are you?
No, but you don't even have, like, a full frontal lobe.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like, soul search a little of like,
yeah.
at 21, I still cared so much what other people thought, and I feel like
For
I
sure.
did spend a lot of time like diving into spirituality, into like personal development, like self-care, like learn to truly love yourself, because that is going to carry on so much into dating. Like, you're going to be such a better version of you, and also like not stand for shit.
Yeah.
And that's when you'll find your person, because you'll actually know, like, in your gut, this is a yes or this is a no.
Yeah. Also, so many things can change from when you're 21. Like, when I was 21, I was then dating somebody that I thought that I was actually going to marry, and now that is obviously not the case, and it's totally fine.
It's me.
But yeah, you just never really know what life is gonna throw at you, like, or how your life is gonna fall out just like a couple years later. You know, 21 is so young.
So young, in like an exciting way. Like, you have so much life to live. There's so many opportunities for love and lessons, and like, oh my gosh, so much. Yeah, 21-year-old me. I mean, I was definitely going through it. But like with my health mostly.
Right.
But like, yeah, wow.
I was having a good time.
I was not. Well, I like was what was that, senior year of college? Yeah, I like just got diagnosed. I was like still really obsessive with like running. I'm like not to be confused with my running now. I am healthy and balanced. But yeah, you got so much time.
Yeah.
How do you avoid we already did that. How to navigate dating in your 20s, in parentheses, when you settle, how to know when you've met the right person. I feel like how to know when you met the right person is kind of...
I don't really know if you do know if you've met the right person. Like,
you literally said, you're like, I knew.
Well, like, in essence, like, you can feel in the moment, and you can, like, understand.
I think they're even saying, like, over time, how do you know that's the right person? You know what I mean? Like, throughout dating, obviously, we both have had, like, now we know, like, you're the right person. I think that's what I said earlier. Like, it should feel calm and you should feel safe. Also, granted, like, if you have anxiety or your attachment style, sometimes, like, that might flare. That doesn't mean that's not the right person. But for the most part, I feel like one of the most telling things is, like, I do tend to have an anxious attachment style. And I have never, I can confidently say 99.9% of the time, Kate never triggers it. Like, she just loves me exactly how I've, like, I didn't even really have to explain how to love me. But you do really take into consideration.
Had to explain to somebody how to. I feel like that's how you know, is when you don't have to explain
they just,
to
like,
somebody how to love you.
Well, I think it is good to have those conversations though, like love languages.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but like in detail.
Right. And so I just feel like, yeah, because I felt calm and not triggered and safe and secure, and you always gave me affirmation. Mm-hmm. And we just like both put in the same effort into ourselves and to each other.
Yeah. After the first time we hung out, I was like,
intriguing.
I'm gonna date this girl for sure. Just because we got along so well. Like, there was an instant, like, spark. Like, I feel like you can tell when you hang out with someone if there is that instant spark, or if, like, there's that hesitation and you're, like, trying to find yourself having the spark, because then you're, like, that's when I feel like you know, and if like, you're trying to force something that's not there.
Totally. Okay, how did you guys get through long distance, especially longer periods of not seeing each other? It was interesting. Here's my thing. I was actually talking to my friend yesterday about it.
It actually wasn't that rough.
No. Because here's the thing. I was telling...
Was I still in school?
Yeah. Student teaching. You were. No, you had graduated.
Yeah, I graduated. Yeah. Okay.
But I was telling my friend yesterday.
But I started teaching, and you were not there. That was...
Right, because I sent you, like, a care package.
Yeah.
But... I was talking to my friend yesterday about it, and I was just saying that, like, I feel like doing long distance, that was, like, definitely the start of our relationship still. I feel like it kind of set a foundation because, like, we just had to be so intentional and, like, truly just get to know each other for months. Like, obviously, there's, like, a physicality of, especially new relationships, and, like, a lot of that, obviously, we couldn't have long distance. So it was kind of nice. Like, we just had to hella talk. Like, we FaceTimed so much. Like, we would just, like, FaceTime and both do dishes. Or, like, we did a lot of, like, new moon rituals or journaling or, like, yoga together on FaceTime. Like, doing activities on FaceTime was fun. We wrote each other letters. And just, like, always knowing when our next trip was.
Yeah, I think planning out when you're going to see the person is, like, super crucial.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think I was going to be in a long-distance relationship again. Like, she came along and...
I know.
Like, I'm going to Washington. And I was like,
and that wasn't even right away. That was, like, a little bit later. I was
right.
Like,
so I definitely had some hesitations.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I do not want to do long distance again. Because, backstory, I did long distance for, like, 6 months. I actually don't remember the months because it was so long ago. But I had already kind of understood how to make a long distance relationship like really work, and like, whew, it definitely takes effort
Yeah.
and time. Like that is a lot of work that you have to put into actually.
You have to be intentional, because if not, it is super easy for it to just be like, oh well, it just fizzled. But we were so intentional of like talking and getting deep and like journaling and all that, you know. And then the last one is, how do you keep the spark alive? I think it all comes back to intentionality. Like I feel like we keep talking about that, but yeah, the spark would die if you're just like not being intentional. You're just being in your routines. And again, you don't have to like go on expensive trips all the time or fancy nights out. It's like, instead of just always doing the same thing after work or complaining about work or whatever, it's like, let's play a game. Let's go watch the sunset. Let's go on a walk and like continue learning about your partner and what they like, and like those little things. Like if you wrote notes for your partner at the start of your relationship, like do it forever. And I feel like for me,
Oh, I didn't know. I was like, wrote notes. What do you
wrote.
mean?
I did grow up very lucky, like having my parents as an example of love, because again, they met at 18. Their love story is like crazy. My mom moved across the country for him after a month, and they are so in love. Like when we go to the beach, they're like holding hands on their beach walk. My dad still hides notes for her, like in her vitamins, and like gets her vitamins out for her every day, cooks her lunch every day, writes on her mirror in her lipstick. Like they always are pouring into each other, like surprising each other, the little things. And so I grew up seeing that. And I was very lucky because they loved us that way. Like my dad traveled a lot for work when we were little, and he would leave notes around the house, and we would leave notes in his suitcase, and just, I don't know, they always did little things. So I kind of grew up seeing like, yeah, you don't stop doing that. Like it takes intentionality. And I feel like even like I've definitely been in a very busy season of life with like work and opportunities, and I feel like I've still, you know, like I'll make your coffee or make your lunch and put notes in there, and we still make sure to like compliment each other and like kiss and such. You know what I mean? Like you just have to put in effort.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think? How do you think we've been keeping the spark alive? Almost 2 years. Next month will be your 2 years of meeting.
Yeah, 2 years of seeing the back of your head.
No, literally.
I don't know. I just think the spark is just there, so it doesn't feel like we have to like keep it alive. Like
right. But I feel like for some, like that is a thing though. But I feel like it's just because we've always stayed so intentional.
Right.
Like, but we don't even have to try. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, not to make anyone feel bad. Be goofy together. Like, be silly. I feel like because we do not, like, we are mature. We can obviously be very mature and very serious. But we're just weird. I literally talked to my therapist once. I was like, I feel like I don't feel like an adult because, like, I just always have so much fun in my relationship. She's like, you do realize that sounds crazy for you to be concerned about that? Like, we just are silly and goofy and, like, don't try to be something we're not.
Yeah.
Wow, that was long. 111. It ended on 111. So good vibes and good tidings to you all. But that was so good. I feel like we should do an updated Q&A like end of summer after we've celebrated 2 years.
End of summer. Holy shit.
Well, thank you all. Those were so fun. This was so fun.
That was fun.
Did you love it?
Yeah, it was fun.
I know. This is like a really fun thing to do. I'm like, date night idea, start a podcast together.
Date night idea, different podcast
but
episodes.
Like, just pretend you're on a podcast, but just like record. Love you guys. I know that just took it out of me. This was so fun.
That was so fun.
I love you. I can't wait to do this more with you.
Yeah, just let me know.
You're so fun.
Whenever you need me, we live in the same house.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. This was so fun. I'm gonna link down below. Don't forget, follow the podcast on Instagram. That's where these Q&As happen.
Follow her podcast.
Follow. If you're watching this on Spotify, listening on Apple Podcast, download the episode, download the show. Can you do that? Favorite the show? I don't know. It really helps with the stats and things. I know we're like brand new little baby podcast here, but it helps over time. Leave me a review, please. Only good. I am sensitive. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Probably won't be as fun as this, so I do apologize.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be in the next one, so it's not going to be as fun.